On my first trash walk with the girls, we easily picked up this much trash in under 5 minutes. Hi everyone, my name's Umi. I'm 10 years old and I had a big idea. I've always loved art and designing and helping the environment. Bali is the place where I discovered a love for art and design, and also where I took part in my first trash walk when I was 4 years old. Did you know that every single day, 4 million tons of plastic is thrown away? That's equivalent to 10 Empire State Buildings. Last year, in grade 4, we had a project called Artivism, and as part of that project, I put together a trash walk group with 7 girls from my banjar. We've kept up the trash walk for the past year now. People in my banjar used to have big 2-meter mounds of plastic, and they burned them. Now I'm proud to say, a year later, there aren't any mounds. When I started thinking of what I would like to do for my Footprints project, I wanted to think of a way I could support the girls who have helped me and combine my love of design with my desire to help the environment. And what I came up with is this. I want to help other girls my age in Bali. First, I interviewed them to see what they needed for their education. Christy's 11 years old. She always has a cheeky smile. She wants to be a nurse, and she's an expert at digging flip-flops out of rivers. Kartika is 13 years old. She's very dedicated, never hesitating to jump across subaks to reach that last plastic bottle. She wants to be a chef. Kesha is 12 years old. She's very calm, but when you get to know her, she's very funny. And she wants to be a doctor. The girls all agreed that what they needed the most was books and stationery. Next, I thought, how can I solve the plastic pollution problem here? Well, first I had to do trash walks with the girls. Then I had to clean it. Then I had to shred it at TR.ED, which is a precious plastic company that makes machines to melt, shred, and crush plastic. And now I had a raw material. I have this here and on the table. Now on to the fun bit. My first idea was to make shoes. I did my dream designs. I love bubbles, 3D shapes, and colors. Then I reached out to my favorite shoe brands, Rumi and Indosol, to get some advice and maybe see if they could help me make the shoe. For my design, you need to melt plastic and put it in a mold. I needed a physical model to make a mold around it. My first one was made out of ceramics. Personally, I feel like ceramics is really easy to make things with, and this is my first prototype. Next, I worked with wood carvers to carve a shoe from wood, so now I can make a mold with it. This weighs like 2 kilos. It would be like leg day if you wore this every day. Now I can make a metal mold. But how much do you think it costs to make a metal mold for one shoe?
40 million.
Wait, I think I was supposed to click. Click, 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 click. Okay, it costs 200 million rupiah to make one pair of shoes. It costs 100 million rupiah for one shoe in one size, which means one pair in one size would be 200 million rupiah. So that's when I thought, I really can't afford that. I have to settle for achieving it. But then I made a prototype using 3D printing. I'm lucky to have a mentor who has worked with 3D, and he helped me turn my designs into a 3D file. This is the result. This is pretty much exactly what I had in mind. I find it really cool if you'd step in soil, it would have a shell imprint. And this is exactly what I had in mind. But I felt a bit sad I couldn't make shoes to produce and sell. I worked so hard, meeting so many people on this journey, like Angus and Jolina at Rumi, Kyle and Kai from Indosol, Ballerina at WeDo, Aleph and his team of woodcarvers. But throughout my footprints project, I've learned to not give up and to always find new solutions. Then, ding, I had another idea. Jewelry. What if I could make jewelry out of recycled plastic? I experimented for a week with ovens, irons, and sandwich presses. It's actually really hard to make jewelry out of recycled plastic. But oh well. And this is what I've made. This is what I've made. Now I'm selling them. With the profits, I can help Kartika, Christy, Kesha, and all my other new friends buy their school books. I started out wanting to help others. I had a big idea and tried to make it a reality. I found that there's a big difference between a dream and reality, especially in design. But I learned a lot along the way. I want to thank my mentor, Zizu, all of you for coming, my advisors, my teachers, Ibu Rizma and Ibu Rosalie, my family. So thank you.